Hey guys, it's Jake here from hookahs.com, bringing you an instructional video on how to set up your hookah. So what we're doing today is actually going to be a compilation of a few different requests that I've gotten from you guys. Some have asked about my KM setup, some have asked how to actually set up a hookah, and some have asked about the diffuser on my setup. So what I'm going to do is try to jam pack everything in here. Hopefully a quick tutorial on basically how to set up your Egyptian style hookah. So as some of you guys know, this is the main rig that I smoke out of when I'm reviewing Starbows from, well, pretty much anything actually, except for Alfagor for some reason. So there is a method to my madness, which I'll maybe share with you guys one day. So first and foremost, let's go through some of the pieces here. And actually, this is a little teaser alert, but let's get that off. So this is a KM Heart of the Lion tri-metal stem, top to bottom. You can see, for those that are actually asking about the diffuser, the pear-shaped type at the bottom of the down stem, that's what makes it a little tricky to get the diffuser on. But this is going to cover an ultimate how to set up your KM hookah or your Egyptian style hookah to get the best smoke out of. And I'm going to share with you guys how I set it up, and maybe you guys will see the same results, or you guys will see the same results. So anyways, so I've got my base here, my tray, my stem, that's pretty much it. That's all you need. Well, the bowl, I'm actually not going to show you guys how I load my bowl as a part of this whole tutorial, because I think that every single tobacco, every single brand itself smokes a little differently. It needs to be prepared a little differently. So for that, I'll leave you guys the links on the different how-to tutorials, how to load in a funnel bowl, vortex bowl, etc., etc. So this is just going to be strictly a how to set up your KM and with an added diffuser on there. So step one is actually to get the stem. And the tricky part about this is the top piece that actually goes onto your stem that connects the diffuser piece right here. This is actually the large heba diffuser. It comes in a box when you buy it for, I think it's about $10, roughly retails for $10. You actually get two of them. One that fits smaller stems, that's a lot smaller than this, and then you get the large one that actually fits the bigger piece hookahs. And just be careful, because the size diffusers will have a hard time fitting in the small vases. But the main thing, the tricky part about this is what I did before actually I started rolling the video, is I heated it up with hot water, just really, really hot water, and that kind of loosens the plastic. And what that does, it allows you to get in there, because as you can see, that could pose as a challenge. So all you need to do is after you get it warmed up, and hopefully it's still warm enough here, you just kind of go in a circular motion, like you're kind of twisting it on, and you just want to fit that snugly onto the bottom of the stem, like so. After that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Just pop this on there and you're good to go. That's pretty much it. Now, if you have actually smoked your Egyptian bowl, your hookah, if you just got it out of the box and you got it smoking decently, what you want to do is adjust the water height from where you actually got it smoking without the diffuser on there. It's going to add a little bit of height to your water, not too much, but it's going to add a little bit on there, so you just need to adjust accordingly. Now, I've got this clear vase. I'm not going to lie, it's not the prettiest of vases. Well, maybe it's the prettiest, but it's not the coolest of vases. But I have an exact water point that I use every single time, and that is key to getting a good hookah session, especially out of your KM or whatever piece that you've invested in. Just find that water spot, mark it with a piece of tape if you have to, or if you have any kind of markings on your vase, just go with that. So, filling it up here with cold water. I like to use room temperature water. Icing the vase actually kind of alters the smoke quality, I think, a little bit. It does make it a little smoother. It doesn't really do too much for the flavor itself. It does kind of mute the flavor at times, but really, room temperature water or cold water actually works the best. And just trust me on it. So now we got that going. Pop this in here. Now I know the angle is a little weird. I'm not used to shooting at this angle, but you can see kind of the water level right there in relation to it. Where you're aiming for is about an inch to an inch and a half actually from the top of your water line to the top of the top bubbler from the diffuser right there. So it looks like a lot of water, but it actually, this is the best way that the cams actually smoke with the diffuser on there, because like I said, it does alter the water level quite a bit. But yeah, so pop your tray right up top here, and the next step would be to pack your bowl and get your coals burning. So I'm actually going to shoot to a shot of how I get my coals lit, and in the meantime I'm going to pack my bowl and we'll go from there. Alright, so I like to use natural coals. These are actually coconut coals, Coconara brand. They take a little bit longer to light because they're not instant lights. You can use instant lights, but for the purpose of a perfect setup here, we're gonna ask you guys to go for the gusto, go for the gold, and just use these coals. You'll see why, and I'll actually explain a little bit more as we get into the session here. But I use a coal burner here, definitely only a coil burner, because if you use it on a regular fire stove or even like a hot plate, it just doesn't work as effectively. So coil burner here will do you good. So I'm actually going to try to time lapse this just to show you guys how the coals actually burn. Alright, so welcome back. So it takes about 4 minutes on each side for those coals, and after you bring them back inside, once they're glowing hot red, carefully place them on top of your bowl, and depending on what kind of bowl you are using, it will determine how many coals you need and where to place them. So now that I got them on there, I probably need a hose. Forgot about that. Alright, so we're going to let it cook on here for a little bit, but in the meantime, what I was going to actually show you guys is there are obviously many different choices of bowls that you can use to smoke hookah. Everybody has their favorites, and there are the better ones, there are the worse ones, but I think it comes down to preference at the end of the day. But just the ones that you see here, you've got a Tangiers funnel bowl, you got the Hookah John Alien funnel bowl, the House of Smokes LB custom funnel bowl, an Egyptian bowl. This is the one that actually comes with most Egyptian style hookahs, KMs, Magdis, Temsas, pretty much any Egyptian style hookah, you're going to get that type of bowl. Then you got the Vortex right here. You've got a small Maya bowl, and then you've got the regular mod bowl. This is a pretty standard bowl. This is the one that comes with almost every single hookah in the market that's Chinese made, typically. So the reason why I didn't want to really include the bowl packing method in this video is because there are so many different ways to pack different bowls, as well as there's so many bowls, as you can see, that I want to actually go in depth and tell you guys exactly how to pack each single bowl in a separate video, just for the sake of argument. So now that I got this cooking here, let's see how this smokes. This is kind of cool. You guys are smoking with me in my kitchen. It's a little bit different scenery. So now that I got the bowl started, or the hookah started, basically just drawing it a little bit. You can let it cook on there. It's a trick I learned. Patience is a virtue. But once it gets cooking, it starts smoking a little better. What I recommend is don't chain smoke it too fast in the beginning, just because you don't want to burn it or char it too early. You just want to let it cook, because remember, we're cooking the shisha, we're not burning it. So you can see I'm getting some nice clouds already. Not even, 2 minutes into the session. And for those of you that have watched the other videos and have wondered why is my hookah so quiet, this is why, because I've got the diffuser on there. So there it is. There's hookahs.com, official way to set up your Egyptian hookah. Now that can be a Magdi, it could be a Temsa, or it could be a Khalil Mamoon. Pick your favorite, pick your weapon. Basically it all loads the same, setup is the same. It's just the bowls that are different. So if you want to stay tuned and find out how to load each and every one of these bowls, maybe not each and every one, but definitely the most popular ones, the ones that are most commonly used, I'll be going through the popular brands, the stuff that you guys like to smoke, that I like to smoke, and how to load them in each single bowl here. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, this is Jake.